Hello, Sagittarius. Hello, how are you doing? I love you very much. Very grateful for the comments, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. I am Sagittarius rising. For all of my long-lived life of studying astrology and tarot and witchcraftery and all the esoteric things, I still have yet to fully understand what exactly a rising sign is. Can you believe it? But from what I understand, it's how others see you or what you're going to become. I don't know. But Sagittarius is my rising. And I actually have a lot of Sagittarius in my chart. In my first house, I have my Neptune in Sagittarius. So it's like a seahorse, it's like the horse of Sagittarius and the fish of Neptune of Pisces. So I think and my Venus is in Sagittarius too. So I think I relate to Sagittarians. I definitely relate to them in my Venus. Sagittarians are very free, I think I'm very free in my love. Very generous and spontaneous and sometimes a little promiscuous, right? Like to overstep the bounds, like to break the fence, and very philosophical, political, of the higher mind, of the cultural, cultural compass. Whoa. Do we want all these? I'm going to read you these, but I'm going to pull you another angel card. These might deliver part of the message. So part of the message for you is, Desiree, no, conditions aren't favorable right now. Wait or look into other options and ask the angels to help you, guide, and comfort you. Layla says, spend time alone in nature meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Azure says, your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. Okay, so maybe this isn't for you because it says, no, conditions aren't right. Yeah, go ahead. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's see, angels. Get it together, angels. Give us a clear message. We love you so much. We love you. We know that you're looking out for us. What are the angelic messages for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarians? This one. Okay. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Please protect us from all who seek to do us harm. Please give us God-given guidance for Sagittarians and all those who love Sagittarians. Thank you, Spirit. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all, for Sagittarians and all those who love Sagittarians. We love Sagittarians. We have opportunities. Let's make lots of money. Freedom. And anger. Ooh, yucky. I'm a Libra. Sun sign is Libra, so I don't like people to be angry. I like us to all get along in harmony, peace and harmony. Let's get along, bro. Let's give the world a Coke. Dove of freaking peace. What are the messages for Sagittarians and all those who love Sagittarius? Thank you, Spirit. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all. For Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius. One more. Three of Swords. Before I turn over another card, I want to say that as I was channeling, I call upon God. Of course, God is the number one. And I call upon the archangels. Those are very important, very good protectors, very good helpers. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel. Call upon them. They're my homies. They got my back. Then I call upon my spirit guides, my personal ones, and then those who are connected to Sagittarius. And then I call upon ancestors. I use Palo Santo. I burn Palo Santo to connect with ancestors, and I connect with those who have crossed over for Sagittarians too, and they have to be of the light. So if you have someone who has passed away who is a butthole, they're not going to come through. It's only though, like, the ones you love to have crossed over, the ones who are in the light who have crossed over. And I got a strong message from fathers who have crossed over. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Emperor came through, but let's see. Or if a fatherly masculine energy came through. But definitely they're here with you in this reading. We'll see if they play out in the cards for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarians. 9 of Swords and King of Staves reversed. I don't like that. I don't like it. Let's see. So we have the 3 of Swords with opportunities, the 9 of Swords with freedom, and the King of Staves, that's you, reversed with anger. You may also be dealing with a Leo or a Sagittarius, or a Leo or an Aries, excuse me, but I definitely think this is you. I think you're off kilter because there's some sort of anger that's brooding. And you know, Sagittarians are very free. So to see this freedom with the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Swords is like an anxiety card. It's staying up at night. It's worries. It's nightmares. It's bad sleep, not getting enough sleep, waking up in the middle of the night. Your thoughts consuming you. Here we have a woman who is holding her face in her palm, and she is very distraught. And it's because all of these thoughts are coming down at her at night. And I mean, if you're a grown-up, you experience these thoughts all the time, right? You experience like, oh my God, I'm in debt. Oh my God, he doesn't love me. Oh my God, you know, my family hates me, blah, 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 blah. So it's all these thoughts coming down and not being able to sleep at night. But it's paired with freedom. And that's like the crux of Sagittarian, right? Sagittarius loves to be free. Sagittarius is the horse who jumps the fence, who loves, like, to explore other pastures, to run the open fields, do whatever they want of their own volition. So perhaps in this freedom, it has caused you some anxiety, like because you're not aligned with yourself. There's some anger and you're upside down. You're off kilter. The King of Staves is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you're off kilter, even though you appear to have freedom, but this freedom has caused some disrupt in your other relationships. At the beginning, we have opportunities and 3 of Swords, so you might be experiencing some heartache. But again, it's like this really, like, dual message, you know? It's like we have opportunities, 3 of Swords. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it shows 3 swords going through a heart, piercing a heart. It's a really, like, sad card. I hate it. Sometimes it indicates third-party situations, but overall, it's like grief and loss and pain and processing that grief, and it's a sad card, dude. It's a sad card. What more can I say? It's sad. You're dealing with pain and with loss. But then, for some reason, there's an opportunity in this loss. So let's see what the angels have to say. Angel Layla says, spend time alone in nature meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. I think you got that in that, like, that random angel message that you got, but it came back through, right? With the 3 cards at the start. Let's see. Let's read her deeply. Layla. Where are you? Come to me. Layla goes on to say, your life has been noisy lately, and you need to escape into a place of natural tranquility. It is time for you to be alone in nature, even if it is just for a brief while. You don't need others' permission to take care of your soul in this way. Simply plan your sojourn and then follow through on those plans. Once you are alone in nature, allow your mind to wander wherever it wants to go. Notice your thoughts and feelings and perhaps write them down. After a time, speak aloud or silently to the nature angels that surround you. Ask them to clear your body and aura of any stress that you may have absorbed. I'm going to stop here right now because I'm getting a message. I am dealing with Sagittarius who is going through this depression. I think a lot of us are. I'm suffering from depression, but he is, like, he has his ducks in a row, a good job, all of that, and he's still depressed. So he's faced with this challenge of, there's no reason for me to be depressed, and yet I am. And so if you're experiencing that, Sagittarius, I want to say this message is for you, that there isn't enough quieting of the mind, that perhaps, like, you've been spending too much time online and, you know, like, in too many dating apps, or on Twitter all the time, or on, you know, different ways that you're distracting yourself, and perhaps it is screen time, watching too much TV, that kind of stuff, that you're not disconnecting from, like, media you're consuming and just kind of absorbing your surrounding environment in, like, your natural surrounding environment. So I definitely see what message Layla is coming through. If you're going through a period of loss, of grief, of suffering, perhaps you're grieving, you know, like I said about the father figure, perhaps you're grieving a loss of a father right now. Even if, you know, your father passed away, like, years and years ago, if they passed away 20 years ago, that grief doesn't go away. That grief stays with you, right? We only change the way we manage it. But, I mean, I had a stepfather who passed away, and I still miss him, and I still go through all of the, like, anger, denial, acceptance, all those stages, and they're on repeat, you know, but they're easier to manage than what I had originally experienced in his passing. So if you're suffering from all of that, I think to gain, like, to be connected with this person again, to be connected with higher source again, to feel a sense of ease and happiness within yourself, if you're experiencing depression and grief, is to go outside, sorry about that, Sagittarius. If you are experiencing grief and loss and pain, I think what will help you through this difficult time, what will help you through this depression, is a connection to, like, I know it sounds so hippy-dippy, but sometimes hugging a tree is, like, the best thing we can do for ourselves, because it's like the tree, this just sounds totally crazy, but I swear it helps. Hugging a tree absorbs your emotional energy, it transmutes it back into the ground, and then, you know how, like, when you die, like, your worm food, right? So you die, they bury you, you go into the ground, you decompose, and then you're food for the worms, and then the worms feed the birds, and then the birds feed the such and such. And so it's like circle of life. So when you transmute your pain into a tree, the tree will take that energy down into its roots. It will take it down into the soil to heal it. A safe place where it heals that energy. And then it will grow back out from the ground to its full potential of life. I hope some of you are connecting with that message. I'll go on to Layla. Layla says, ask them to clear your body and aura of any stress that you may have absorbed. See, absorbed. The roots absorb your energy. The roots absorb your pain and your loss and your negativity. I swear it works. Try it. Then meditate and pray about your desires and intentions. Prayers are amplified by the power of nature, and you will feel very refreshed when you return home. Yes, I love it. Spirit, please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. Please give us God-given guidance for the whole call. For Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius. What are the messages, Spirit, for Sagittarius and all those who love Sagittarius? Can you give us further clarification on the Three of Swords, opportunities, and Layla? Thank you, thank you, thank you. What are the messages for Layla, Three of Swords, and opportunities? One more shuffle. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nine of Wands. Three of Swords reversed. So we have two Three of Swords, but I'm glad, like, it's reversed in there. And Five of Wands. So, I feel like you have made steps within yourself. Ooh, can you see that? Yeah. You've made steps within yourself to get rid of this loss, to become a better person. The Nine of Wands, in this deck, we see a man who is carrying a door on his back. And it's a new door to secure his home. It's a new door to protect his home. But this door is heavy, right? This door has taken a lot of work. Someone has had to craft this door. Someone has had to take the time to make this door beautiful, to make this door safe and sturdy. This guy has had to take the time to carry this door to his home, to secure it. He's going to have to take the time to put the hinges on the doorway to help his family, right? There's a boy and a mother at the door, and they're waiting for this door to secure their home. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the Nine of Wands indicates burdens. It typically shows 9 wands and a really battered person who's just been like broken, beaten, can't go on anymore. And the message is, if he would just put down some of his wands, if he would lighten his load, he could carry the rest to the long haul, right? Like he's taking on too much to make it to the end. So, perhaps you have been taking on too much, but taking on too much has been in an effort to secure your home, to secure your future, to secure those you love, to provide stability for those you love. And because we have the Three of Swords in this particular deck. See, it's totally different than this one because we have 3 swords going into like a fern plant in this one. And then, like I said, in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's 3 swords stabbing a heart. In the 78 Doors deck, it's an old woman in a rocking chair and she's poking her pins into a voodoo doll. So it's a little bit more bitter. Like, traditionally, I feel like the Three of Swords is just like an honest heartache, you know. We've all had our heart broken. In the Three of Swords, in this 78 Doors deck, it's like more of a bitter energy, like, I'll get you, you know, like, you hurt me, so I'll hurt you. But when it's reversed, that's really a good sign. So it's like, you've been hurt. The swords are falling away. You know, when I see the traditional Three of Swords upside down, even in the traditional deck with the hearts and the 3 swords piercing it, these swords are falling out of the heart. So that grief is falling away. In this deck, it's like bitterness is falling away, pain is falling away, like you're taking out the safety pins, and someone who you might have resented before, you're coming to a place of forgiveness where you're taking out those pins. And, you know, voodoo dolls can also be, they don't have to necessarily be like pins in you, I hate you. They can also be healing dolls. So you can take voodoo dolls and use them as like, you know, I'll go with the father example again. That's what's coming through. You can use them as like, please heal my father. You know, if your father's sick, you can take this voodoo doll, put his like essence into it and say, you know, please give him a safe recovery if he's going through a surgery or something. Please heal his heart of any fear he has. Please let him know that I love him, and that my mother loves him, and that my siblings love him, and that he is loved. And even if it is his time to go, it's a safe place to go. So voodoo dolls do not always have to be bad. Perhaps in this sense, you are kind of well-wishing someone who once brought you tremendous pain and tremendous cause for bitterness. The Five of Wands in this particular deck, it usually indicates an element of competition. In this deck, it shows a man with a rubber mallet, and he is seeking to bust open a brick wall. So it's going to take some force, it's going to take some effort, it's going to take some strength. There's also growth on the side of this wall, so there's plenty of opportunity here. But there are some blockages, right? In this particular deck, there are blockages, and I don't necessarily see it as I guess it's like a conflict within yourself, you know, that you're going to have to break down your own walls. What's interesting is that we come in with someone who is putting a door into the doorway. This is the absence of a door. No door in this house, and he's putting a door onto it. Then we move to a door, like a passageway that's closed off, that's shut. So perhaps in putting a door on something and putting a boundary on something, even if in an effort to protect something, you have closed yourself off from another thing. Okay. Let's move along. Okay, for health, money, and career, we have follow the leader. Let's see. 40. Follow the leader. We see a path, a goose, and maybe some other type of birds. Follow the leading up to a tree. What did I tell you about trees? But keep in mind, health, money, career. So, follow the leader says, every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example to those around you. Follow the leader says, you are being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has been earned as a result of your bravery in the adventure of your life. That is so Sagittarian. You guys are the most adventurous sign, most brave and adventurous. I love that. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears shed, and joys revealed have placed you in a unique position to be of service to others. I love that, Sagittarians. That is perfect for you. Your suffering has been crystallized into a talisman of wisdom. Now you must share it. By being fully authentic, you'll lead others into the light. You'll be required to divulge some things about your past so that you may help someone else. Lead with love. There is another message here as well. Look to those whose great character and accomplishments you admire. Emulate the leaders you respect. You will then, in turn, have more to offer. Oh, I love that for you guys. So we have follow the leader with freedom and the Nine of Swords. And you know how in that message it said that your grief, your suffering crystallized into wisdom for others? I feel like that's what the Nine of Swords is for here. And, you know, for some reason, it's going to put you in a better position in your career, or perhaps I'm getting some of you might be in the medical field, and it's going to help. I'm still getting this father vibe. So if your father passed away, you know, from a specific heart condition, you might be able to translate that message to your patients. So let's see, for Sagittarians and all those who love Sagittarians. Thank you. What are the messages for Sagittarians and all those who love Sagittarians? One more shuffle. King of Chalices reversed. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. The Hermit, you could be dealing with a Virgo. And the Eight of Wands reversed. So, I think you're in a workplace where it's not your jam. It's not like the number one thing you would like to do. And maybe that's why you're stuck and you're feeling like you're not free, because the Knight of Swords is a very creative person, a very sensitive person, very artsy person. He really wants to connect to others on a spiritual level, on an emotional level. When he's reversed, something's preventing him from that. It's like this waterfall is like glass, and he can't get through the glass. This waterfall is a barrier, and he can't get through the barrier. He can't get through to give that healing, give that comfort, give that love to others, give that love to perhaps his coworkers, to his patients, to his clients, that kind of thing. So perhaps you feel like there's a disconnect in like your purpose, your career purpose, and how it helps others. And I got the message that maybe like you might be looking for another job, and so you gave up weed or something, you know, because here we have the Hermit, and he's turning his back on this like ghost from the sky who's offering this abundance. It's like the Hermit in the traditional Rider-Waite deck is a man who is walking through the desert in the like dead of the night. It's this cold, dry desert. He doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't have a map. He doesn't have a plan for himself, but he has a lantern, and he's guided by his inner light and his inner wisdom. And it's like Jesus walking through the desert, Jesus having to face temptations, having to face the devil and saying no. So it's very much like this card. It's like saying, no, I'm not going to do that. No. And resisting those which might put you off of your path, because although it might seem like he's aimless, he is guided by his inner compass and guided by the divine to reach the end of the desert, to come to his oasis. And he knows that this figure is a mirage. You know, this is an illusion. This temptation is an illusion. Perhaps you are tempted to take another job, but you know it's an illusion. And the Eight of Wands is a fast-moving energy, a lot of messages, a lot of communication. It's usually like Cupid's arrows of love. But whenever it's reversed, it's like slow communication, delayed communication. And I think in this delay, it's put you on this hermit's path, because like without information, you know, he doesn't have a map. Information would be a map, right? He's guided by his internal compass, and no information is given to him. In this process, you are gaining a sense of freedom, but I think you are turning your back on all the abundance and joy you could be experiencing. It's causing you some pain and suffering. On Follow the Leader, I see this clock. I thought of a cuckoo clock, if that means anything to you. But it's also about timing, in the right time, being on time. Okay, so now we're on to love. Everybody loves love, right? We have the King of Staves, most likely you reversed. with anger. And focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. I like that. Let's see what our Whispers of Love deck has to say. 24. In this deck, it shows a woman who is kneeling at the edge of a creek at a river, and she is feeding this dragon. And as we all know, dragons are very scary. They breathe fire. You know, they're these beasts, but she is sort of, I wouldn't even say taming the beast. It's like, you know, whenever you look at a dog and you like see its soul, you know, it's like, on the surface, a dragon seems scary, but if you looked into like a sweet little dragon's eyes, you see like the love, you know, like you see like a sweet little creature. Am I explaining that right? Some of you will know. Okay, focus on love says, it is easy to see the faults in other people. Think of the positive characteristics of the people in your life. Remember the things that caused you to love them in the first place. Focusing on the love will change and heal the negativity that was once there. See, will change to heal the negativity. There's anger here. So perhaps you're seeing like all the cracks and flaws in others. Let's see. Spirit, spirit, spirit. Please give us God-given guidance for the highest good of all. Please surround us with the warm, white, loving light of God. What can you tell us for the King of Staffs reversed, anger, and focus on love for Sagittarians and all those who love Sagittarians? Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. One more shuffle. Knave of Pentacles. Two of Swords. You might definitely be dealing with a Virgo. Also a Taurus, Capricorn. And the World reversed. So, someone is offering something of value to you. They're at your door, and you feel like it's a burden. You know, here we have two little babies, two little opportunities, and babies are stinking, crying little shits. They have poopy diapers that you have to clean up, and they take you away from this freedom, right? Where's the freedom? Yeah. They take you away from freedom. So it's this opportunity that's taking you away from freedom. But I think there's a lack on your part of seeing the value in it, of seeing the reward. You may have experienced someone who kind of surprised you with a pregnancy. I see that. And what could be an opportunity for, you know, male Sagittarians. And what could be an opportunity has turned into a grudge. Has turned into anger. If you are a female Sagittarius and you are surrounded by children, then perhaps children are a burden to you at this time. Excuse me. When they could be a blessing. I want to get a little further clarification on this. Spirit, could you give me further clarification on these cards for Sagittarians and all those who love Sagittarius? Ooh. I had a feeling forgiveness was going to come up. I should have said it. I didn't. One shuffle. Knave of Wands reversed could be you. So I feel like you want to give to this person. You want to give to someone, like someone is in front of your face, but you're not seeing their value, is what I am seeing. I think there's going to have to be a rest involved and like an apology on your part. I see there's going to have to be an apology. If it's on the other person's part, which it very well could be, you know, because these are just energies. If it's on their part, they have to learn their lesson first. They have to go through their cycles and their, you know, the path that God sent them on. Let me slow down so I can see the message. When the world, in this particular deck, when the world is upright, it shows an achievement, right? The world is achieving. Shows a mother. She has carried this baby in her belly for 9 months. She conceived. Do you know how much of a miracle conception is? She conceived. She carried this baby in her belly for 9 months. She took care of it, made sure she was healthy, made sure the baby was the healthiest it could be. She gave birth, which is hard. Labor is hard. And she finally has this gift out into the world, this gift that she loves more than anything, this gift that will always love her. These medical professionals are happy. Medical professionals are, you know, nurses, doctors, and they've worked hard to get their degrees, to learn how to administer births, to learn how to give the best health to all that is humanly possible. They have gone through so much to get to their profession. And within this micro moment, they have also gone through a lot to make sure that this woman has a healthy birth, that this woman has her baby, that both parties are alive. This baby, this little baby, he has hung out in the womb, right? He has lived an easy, comfortable life in his mama's belly. And then all of a sudden, without warning, life decides to happen and he has to go out of his mom's womb. What a scary thing to go through, right? What a scary thing to come from a safe place into your mama's belly, out into the world, into a world of suffering, into a world of pain, into a world of hardship where you always have to work. It's tough. It's a tough thing all of these people had to go through, but they made it. They achieved it. When it's upside down, I see that there's not enough recognition in just how tough these things have had to be surmounted, right? You have had to work really hard in this life. Your partner has had to work really hard in this life. And I think the forgiveness lies in recognizing that we all have life challenges. Like, we're all just trying our best. If you, look into your partner's eyes, I want you to make contact and look into your partner's eyes and see them as, I'm only human. Sometimes I breathe fire. I don't mean to. I can't help it. That's just my humanly path. But I love you and I want to snuggle up with you. It's like a dog, it's like a cute little, dog who makes mistakes. A cute dog who pees on your floor and you're angry with them. But, they're just trying their best. They want to please you. So, this person that you're at odds with, first of all, there needs to be rest and relaxation. The Four of Swords is usually rest and relaxation card. In this particular deck, we have a man who is blind and feeling his way around. And he's blind because he is shutting himself off to, his perspective is limited. His view is limited. But sometimes you have to cut things out of your life to gain a sense of equilibrium, right? He is blind. He can't see anything, but he can smell really good. He can hear really good. He can feel really good. So sometimes by cutting things out of our lives that don't serve us, it gives us a better sensitivity to things that are more important, or it gives us a better sensitivity in areas that we take for granted. And I think by taking a break, by cutting things out of your life, You're going to see the value that this person offers. So that's really great. Okay, that was my alarm. So let's see the last little bits I get. There might be something on the horizon that you don't see coming. You know, this blind man. And it may seem like, gosh, I'm never going to get there. And then something comes out of the blue. Something comes out of nowhere and offers you something unexpected. This, you know, you are carrying this heavy door and securing things for your family, but this movement to secure things for your family, this movement to make things better and more comfortable for your life might lead to other challenges I'm seeing, like little annoyances, like, I hate to say this because some of you might be, but I feel like I'm getting like the Mormons who knock at your door, you know, kind of like, I hate to do, I really like, I love every religion. I'm like a UU, so I really like value every like faith community and connection to God, but if like, some of you know what I mean, like, pestering at your door and like trying to sell you stuff, canvassing, trying to like get you on a path to Jesus. I'm sorry, Mormons. I really do love you. You guys are seriously sweet. I'm not making fun of Mormons, but I see this pestering element of, I'll just put it out there. Okay. I really do love you. Okay. So let's see. You might be blinded by love at this time. Okay. Let's move along. I said this in your last reading, kind of slightly like this. You might be under psychic attack. You know, with this voodoo doll and this like hovering ghost over you. I see this as an angel of forgiveness. So you do have angels around you. You do have protection around you. Please access that. Please make sure your angels know that you want their safety and their protection, and that you believe in them, and that, you know, you want to be protected from anything that is less of you, you know. But yeah, I feel kind of like a psychic attack. Like a psychic attack that's a burden. I don't like it. And a psychic attack that's kind of like a temptation. Also, I would advise, before you watch a tarot video, please say a prayer for yourself to only receive God-given guidance. Only, you know, be of the light. I feel like this is a time to really banish all your demons and protect yourself against that. Make sure you have rose quartz. Make sure you put salt around your house, even if you think those superstitions are silly. I feel like Sagittarians are susceptible to that right now, and I want you to be protected. Let's see. I feel like there's a goal you want, and it's hard to get through to the other side, and you're trying to find different avenues for it. And what, like, the solution is going to be very unexpected and very, like, miraculous, and something you can't even plan. You can't, like, buy a key for. Like, there's no right key to get through this door. It's going to be, like, a miracle and a gift that you don't even see coming. I feel like it's not even in your, like, you don't even see it. You may be turning someone down, I see you turning someone down because you have more opportunities. Like you're waiting for a better opportunity. Some of you may be dealing with someone who, for men, watch out for women who are tricking you into having children. I hate that. That's what I'm getting. It's going to trap you. It's going to get you stuck. Okay. I feel like that was the message for Sagittarians. I hope that resonated with some of you. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you very, very much. I will see you next time. Bye.